Okay, what's up, guys? So today is May the 10th, 2024. Got a little. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. Okay, I'm easily amused. But look, so today's gonna be a simple. Today's gonna be a simple episode. We're just gonna talk about how to put something on the screen so that we can keep track of what's going on. I was talking with Jim earlier today on Discord, and one of the issues that I have is I make so many different indicators. I make indicators all the time, strategies, scripts, all kinds of things. And so I'll show you here on screen. So for instance, I'll have, not on this one, but like this indicator here. Here we go. This indicator here, I made it today, just while chatting back and forth with Jim. And then I'll make some other ones pretty quick. And just to tell you real quick, what I had in mind for this one, I was looking and I said, because we were talking about, I wanted to code an indicator for a box, right? So when the price drops down or price moves up and it makes a temporary box of consolidation or distribution, I want to be able to identify that. So I was just playing around with linear regressions, and I didn't code for the boxes right away, but one of the things I did do is I came up with a script that will, you can see it behind me here, that script there is taking the linear regression of 3 bars of the mid bar, middle of the bar, the high of the bar, and the low of the bar. And then if all 3 of those are the same, because you see they do cross here at certain times, if all of them are the same, they're all equal, then we're going to plot 4. So plot 4 is going to be equal to the green cross. So you see that when price drops down, does its thing, and then here where it crosses, it drops down. And then and maybe the 1 minute time frame isn't the best example, but price moves up from this rejection, and then here you see the green cross down there is at the top of this. It's pulls back, drops down, and actually drops all the way down. So I've got to figure out what the other conditions are of this specific indicator to make it more reliable. I looked at it on one of the time frames, and it looked pretty good. So on the 5 minute time frame, so on the 5 minute time frame, see how price moves down here, and then when it moves up, this bar here, the close of this bar, you get the indicator that all of those linear regression lines, the slope of the linear regressions of those lines has crossed or has become equal. And so from there, they drop down, right? So what's happening here? Here, price moved up on a retracement and then came back down. This bar is the start, or at least the bottom of it is the reversal, where it starts from here, where it starts coming back up. And then at this bar here, right, when this bar closes, the top of that bar is where it reverses down. And then on this bar here, we move up. When price moved up, we got to the top of this bullish candle, and what did it do? It moved down. And then when we're looking at this candle, you see we get to the bottom side here, and then what does it do? We get a cross and we move up. So I think it's something potentially there. Those are the only times that it came up there. It didn't, I guess it technically wasn't equal at any of these other places. So I don't know. I don't know how we're going to use that. But what I want to do here real quickly is, so this is what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So if we pull up this next screen. All right, so this is the screen that I've got all my indicators on. What is this? This was hiding out back here. 5 second bar. Okay. This is something I was trying out with the ticks, with volume and ticks. Did it give us anything reliable? I don't think so. There's a lot of action in here. And there's a lot of action right here. So really what I'm looking for is I'm looking for something that doesn't show up on other charts. I'm looking for a code. I'm looking for something that nobody else is going to see. Because if I can find that diamond in the rough, then, you know, it's mine. It's mine. And if not many people are looking at it, then I can exploit it for as long as I can. But let's see. All right, so that didn't show anything. But anyways, you see I have different time frames. So this is a 15 second, or this is a 5-second time frame. This here is a 1 minute time frame. I think the only script that I have on here is when the 9 crosses the 15 or the 25 EMA. We get a red cross when it crosses below it. We get a blue cross when it crosses above it. There is another one here. How come that one isn't? Oh, I don't know what I was doing with that one. Retracement indicator. What is this one? Take that one off. The blue one. That blue dot is not bad, huh? ES0428 version 4. Okay, blue dot here. Blue dot here, not so great. Blue dot, okay. All right, so this is the 1 minute time frame, and then the one that I showed you the other day that had the pretty decent. It was a strategy that had the pretty decent results. This 1 minute time frame with the 5 minute overlay, the pull to the bulls. That's this guy. It actually gave some entries yesterday, and again, now remember, this one is not great for the bears. It's not great for, for a short, but for the longs, it's not bad. But to make it better, we did something on the live the other day that I showed you that would make it more reliable. So this would have been an entry here. This says this should have been an entry here, but it didn't take. So, there you go. A couple entries on these blue dots here. Entry there, but my pull to bull is right here. Bull right there. Bull right there. That one failed. The bear looked good there, though. The bear, not so much there. And these bears here didn't do well at all. So, like I said, the bulls did okay. The bears, not so much. But I put a modifier on that one so that we can. If we set it to true, then it will only take trades or show potential positions if we have if we're under the 9-period moving average on the daily time frame, and that's why I have the daily time frame down here. See it down there. Okay, so that's the 1 minute time frame with the daily on the back. This here is the 2 minute time frame. This is the 2 minute time frame. I'm not sure which one I need to keep. These entries here, they mess me up, man. They mess me up. I mean, I think I need to work on them, and I think that they'd be a lot better. But they look great here. But this only forms once this candle is done. So once you see this dot, you're already down here. And so if you get in right here, then you got to sit through the retracement and then come back down. If you see this dot, you get in right here, you wait through the retracement, and then you take it down. So that'd be a 1-to-1. This would be a could potentially be a 1-to-3, however you held it. Blue dot, same way. Once this candle is done, that's when the blue shows up. So you know, here you would have got stopped out. Here you would have had nothing. Here you would have had nothing. So I need to tweak this script a little bit. This one messed me up again today because we were here. It was looking like it was a nice strong push to the upside, and my tail, I got in. I saw this entry right here. I got in, and then what happened? News candle. I wasn't even paying attention. So that's one thing that I'm going to have to do is pay attention to the news candle, and then I can make sure that I don't get swept by that. All right, hang tight while I take this phone call. All right, I'm back. So, yeah, so I've got, if you look here, you can see all the scripts that I have potentially on this chart. So these scripts are on the chart. These are the ones with checkboxes, are the ones that are active. If I want to add simple volume, I just check it. I don't know why it's not already checked, but okay. And then if I want to add count bars, or I like to have find bars on here. How come find bars didn't show up? This find bar should show me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that's the one. Count bars. This is just going to count all the bars. I remember that's one of the scripts I wanted to be able to do earlier on when I was first trading. Didn't know how to do it. It's crazy. It's easy now. It's easy. It's easy. All right, so we have the 2-minute time frame here. We got the 1-minute time frame here. We have the 5-minute or the 2-minute time frame here. 15-second time frame here. The problem is you don't see a 5-minute time frame anywhere, do you? I do like my 5-minute time frame, right? And so the fact that I don't have it on that on either one of those charts is kind of crazy, because I do want to have the 5-minute time frame somewhere. And if I look at this, the scripts on here, nothing relates to the 5-minute time frame. If I look at the scripts on here, I've got one that talks about the 5-minute time frame. If I look at the scripts on here, nothing talking about the 5-minute time frame. So I don't know if I deleted that one or what, but I should have a 5-minute time frame window. So now what I plan to do now, because what happens is if I come over here and I'm looking at something on the 2-minute time frame, and then I say, hey, yeah, that looks good, I want to see what that looks like on the 5-minute time frame. I change it to the 5-minute time frame. Oh, you know what? I think I have these find bars set up to only work on the 5-minute time frame. Maybe. All right. Look at that on the 5-minute time frame, though. On the 5-minute time frame, these blue dots work well. All right. So wait a minute. Is that the blue and the red dots? 5-minute 4, 16, 24 long. No, this is for the 5-minute time frame. See, yes, 5-minute 4, 16, 24. And I have it coded such that, let's go look at it, at an EasyLanguage. I have it coded such that it's only going to work. No, I don't. Huh. Low of data 1, data 2. I don't even know what I really coded for there. The low of data 1. So this is going to take 2 time frames. The low of data 1 is less than the low of the current bar, well, 1 bar ago, of data 2. The current bar of data 2 is less than, the low of it is less than the low of a bar ago data 2. If Eric's marketing condition 1 is true and condition 1, what? Oh, and condition 1 goes false. Okay. All right. Well, that seems super simple. That's a super simple strategy. You see it? Pause the screen and copy it for yourself. Okay. You know what? Maybe I'll put that in the Discord. But That's a super simple strategy, but it worked here. You know, with some risk here, right? But it worked here, definitely. It worked here, definitely. So where else does it work? Still haven't. Okay, it worked there. Worked there really well. Not so much there. It did work on that other one again with risk amount there. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, so, but again, I completely missed that because why? Why did I miss that? I missed that because I'm on the 2-minute time frame, right? And not the 5-minute time frame. So I think this is supposed to be the 5-minute time frame, and then this one. Well, I've got a 1-minute indicator on here, so, and a 1-minute indicator on here, so maybe this is supposed to be the 1-minute time frame. But either way, I've got a problem. I need to make sure that I keep my time frame, make sure I keep the same time on the time frames, and you can't lock it. You can't lock this. As far as I know, you can't lock the interval on the chart. So what I want to do is I'm going to make a script that will put 5-minute right here, and then I'll put 1 minute right here, then I'll put 2-minute right here. So I know that if I'm on here and then I move, if I change the time frame, that I got the wrong time frame. So let's see what it looks like if we were to do that. I know we can do it. I just gotta figure it out. How long do you think it'll take me? Long time? Take Eric a long time? Nah, shouldn't take too long. Hopefully. All right, so we're gonna call this time frame label. Bam. Okay, so we're gonna say we should be able to do this with a text, but we want to adjust the font and all that stuff because we want it to be big enough that we can see it. So let's do something like let's using EL system dot drawing, using EL system dot drawing objects, and then we're going to say I'm going to have an input which is going to be a string. We just put string and start off as nothing. Or we'll start off as 1 minute. Okay, and then so we'll say if last bar on chart, then begin. What do we want to begin? First we need to do a once. I'm gonna do TL equals text label. I was gonna put .com. What in the world? New text label, and then make sure that we have that up here. So we have a text label, class, TL, null, beginning. And so if it's if it's the last bar on the chart, then we're going to TL equals text label dot create. We need the location and we need the text. So if we do location, we can do XY point. So we do XY point dot create. XY point. Now I don't use XY point hardly at all. I probably use it twice ever. But you want to have the integer for X, integer for Y. So X and Y is talking about the position, and I believe it's from the top left corner. But I know some of them are the top right corner and some of them are the bottom corner. So I think it's the top left. So we'll try 10 and 10. So it'll be 10 off the right. That's the X, and then 10 down from the top. It's the Y. We'll see what that looks like, and then we'll put what that string is. The string is going to be, close that, and then the string is going to be string, that, and then we'll add that to the chart. Mix.add TL, that, and boom. Okay, text label TL. How come you don't like TL? Don't like TL. You put it in. Oh, I put that as the input. You know that's not an input. We gotta move this. We gotta move it. We don't have any variables. Well, now you got a variable. Silly. All right, no errors. Very good. All right, so we're gonna come up here and then add it. It's gonna be time frame label. Time frame label. Okay. Time frame label. Now we need to make it go to the top. So we'll come here back into our EasyLanguage development environment, go to properties, and then we will say for the scaling, we'll put on 1. It should already be subgraph 1. We'll say no axis 1. Okay. And there's something for general. Don't need to update it tick by tick. Okay. That. Come over here. Text label, time frame label. All right. Don't need to update it tick by tick. Input. String 1 minute. No alerts. 100% clear? No, let's not do that. That's crazy. Well, we don't have any plots though. So instead of subgraph 3, which would appear way down there, put it subgraph 1. No label, no axis. And okay, and that. All right. So where did it disappear to? Do you see it? Do you see anything that says 1 minute? Don't see it. All right, so it might be hidden under this axis. Very well, maybe. All right, so instead of 1010, we're gonna, and there's one other possibility, but let me try this first. So let's bring it over 50. All right, you see how it showed up now? And I don't know if this is pixels or what this is, but it's 50. All right. So when you don't have an axis over here, you get rid of that left axis. Now it shows up. But if you do want to display your left axis, then you got to account for that. So we're gonna go with 75. So that says 1 minute, and now bring this down. Bring down about 30. Okay, so this is gonna be 1 minute. All right, now you can drag that. We don't want to drag it, right? So now we go over here and we do TL.lock equals true. Okay, so now it's locked and it won't move. Okay, so now when I come over here and say I change it to the 1 minute time frame, it's going to upload the data, and now we're on the 1 minute time frame, and now that says 1 minute. All right, you get it? You get what I'm saying? Change it to the 15-second time frame, and that still says 1 minute. You get it? You get what I'm saying? So now when I come here, I'll see that says 1 minute. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I'm on the 15-second time frame. This isn't right. I'm on the wrong time frame. So now I can go back and change it to the 1 minute time frame. Now I don't know what this one was supposed to be. Now it's going to be up to me to add all the correct studies and indicators, and then make this say the right thing. So what do you do to say the right thing? You can double click. Well, you should be able to double click it or right click it. Edit text. It'll actually, if you want to edit the study, yes. And then you go here to inputs, and then we'll say, no, this is supposed to be the 5 minute time frame. Hit 5 minutes, hit OK, and it changes it to 5 minutes. So now 5 minutes forever it will be. You know what I'm saying? Forever it'll be 5 minutes. Okay. I like it right there. I want to make it a little bit larger though. It really doesn't need to be distracting, but I do want to be able to see it in a glance. So TL dot font dot size equals 10. Is it a parentheses? What do you want from me? It's going to be something like font dot size equals. It's going to be something crazy, I know. It couldn't just be basic. It couldn't be easy. Size, double gets the size. All right, so this gets the size. It doesn't set the size, which is, you know, is what it is. Let's see. All right, so by using the create, this is font class. I'm not going to have to make this complicated. Is this going to have to get complicated? We need a font class. Font equals my F null. Then we'll say once my F equals new font, and then we'll say my F dot size equals 8. Verify that. Font cannot be created. Font dot create name and size. Arial. It's gotta be a string, I'm pretty sure, and size would be 8. See if that works. All right, that worked. So let's go and delete that. Bring that on. One error is here. So we'll say tl dot font equals my font. Boom. All right, now we should be able to change this. 12. Boom. That boy is good. I don't even know what I'm doing sometimes. I promise you, I'm just kind of feeling my way through it a little bit. So some of the stuff you learn and you just kind of memorize it and you know it. And then other stuff, you just got a feeling that it was supposed to work this way because either you've done it before, you've worked through it before, or because there's another parameter or another class that works very similarly. But yeah, so for a font, you have to create your font. You know, you have to declare your font. You have to create it, and then obviously you can create it. Go ahead and create it with the style and then the name. I don't know what other fonts we have access to. Make it cool. Font style, no. Font name. What font names do we have? I know Georgia is a font that I like to use, but should give you options. I wonder, does it have Georgia? Georgia's one that's on the computer and in Microsoft Word. Well, it does have Georgia. Wow, look at that. That's beautiful. I like that. I mean, I like that. That's nice. All right, so that's what it'll be. Okay. All right, so let's get this back out of here. We really don't need you anymore. Coding environment, development environment. Appreciate you though. Okay. All right, so we're going to assume that this is going to stay as the 5-minute time frame. I know that this is going to be the 1 minute. I'm going to put 2 on here because it needs to be 1 minute and daily. So, because this script here uses both the 1 minute time frame and it uses the daily time frame. So that input will need to be 1 minute daily. Okay, and it won't move. That's awesome. I love this. I need 2 minutes. So, and the reason why this right here is orange is because I was just about, because this is one, I didn't know how to do this in the past. And so what I would do for my charts is I might come over here, double click in this, and then I change the background of I change the grid, or I change the background. Instead of it being this color, it would be, I change it to maybe a yellow or something like that, just to make one chart visibly different from the other chart. So I knew that this was a 1 minute daily, this was the 5 minute, and this was the 2 minute. So now I've got a much better way to do it. I'm telling you, man, being able to program your own stuff is amazing. All right, time frame label, 2 minute. And then we'll do this one. And I don't need this showing up at the bottom, clearly. All right, it should be on the 1 minute on the scale to the top. So what I need to do is, instead of having to do this every single time, what you do is you need to make this the default. Okay, so you can either come over 1. Once you put it on 1 with no axis, then you can hit default, hit yes, hit OK. Then when you come over here and you add it to the next screen, you go to time frame label, and when you hit OK, it should come up with the default to subgraph 1. So let's get that out of here. Let's bring this back up and see if we can. Okay, so I had to come back here to the development environment, hit yes. All right, now let's see if we can come back over here, add the study, and then it will have subgraph 1. Still subgraph 5. So let's go back to the development environment. Let's see if we can change it here from properties. I know sometimes these things like this you can't do it, but it's on subgraph 1. We're gonna click that as a default, and hopefully it will stick. Nope. All right, so there you go. Everything isn't gonna be peaches and cream, All right, so this, instead of the 1 minute time frame, needs to be the 15 second. Can I modify this from here? Nope. Oh, and I see also what it's doing, right? You see that says 5. Look at this. I've run into this one time before, so we do have to make some adjustments to the code. All right, you see how this looks garbled? That's because there's a 5 minute back there, and then there's also the one that I changed. I edited the text, and then I changed one to some banana stuff, right? And so that banana stuff is back there, and then the 5 minutes is back there. So I mean, I'm not going to be modifying it. I mean, I can tell you that I'm not going to be modifying it, but to keep that from being an issue, what you could do is you could update it on every tick. Let me see if I can do that. So what you want to do is you want to put in a method, because this is creating a new text label, or maybe, you know what, I'll just do it once, because what it's doing is every time there's a new last bar on the chart, a bar and a bar and a bar and a bar, every time you get a bar and a bar, with every bar it's writing 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds. It's writing it on top of each other, and that's why this 5 minute here is starting to look really thick right now, right? It's looking really thick. It's looking boldened, right? So what I'm gonna do to show you that, you see how thick that looks right there? All right, if I go to edit studies and I go to time frame label, turn it off, turn it back on, you see how it's not thick anymore? But now with the next bar, it's gonna, you see how I got a little thicker? Because now it's overlaid. It's a 5 minute overlay. So eventually, I'm sure this will look super crazy. But so to get around that, what we're going to do is, instead of if last bar on chart, which makes it do it every time, we'll just do it once. We'll just make it once. So once. And I love the word once. I mean, when I came across the word once, I was shocked and amazed, because it will only, as it's running through the program, it will only run that line once. It'll only run what comes after that line one time when it gets to it. Now, if you have something else before this that makes it call on this once again, then I believe it can run it again. But I mean, you wouldn't want to do that unless you know. So you just want this to happen once, right? All right, so I'm gonna click that and come back over here, and now nothing should get bolder. Nothing should get bolder. Everything should stay the same. All right, when I change this, it should stay that. And that's kind of cool too. This gives me an idea, actually, because I often make notes on my charts. Probably have to go way back in time to see notes on my charts over here, because I started using it on a different desktop. Yeah, it was probably some weeks ago that I was making a lot of notes on my charts, these charts. So nope, nothing there. 5-minute time frame. Well, it's true though. I do make notes on my charts, and sometimes those notes will disappear. Well, I mean, they're not supposed to disappear this, but you know, you're supposed to be able to save them and they stay there. But during a day's time, so now this is a twofold problem, so just kind of keep this in mind. During a day's time, I might want, you see how that stayed the same there? You see how nothing got bolder? Because it only wrote it one time. Excuse me. But I might want to make a note on this chart that said that price moved up really quickly, and I may want that to stay on there all day, and so you can just leave that there, right? Or I mean, you can just come over here and write it on your chart, right? But to have it here so it doesn't move, you see how when I move the chart, this is anchored to the chart. This right here is anchored to the XY axis. So even as I move the chart, this right here stays the same the entire time. So I might want to put up here something like news at 10 a.m. because I completely missed it today. You know, I completely missed it. So I might want to have that sitting on the chart all day long, you know, so it's a reminder. I don't know, whatever you want to do. But you can't move it, you can't drag it. So you might do something like that and just have it show up on the subgraph down here. We took all the subgraphs away. But you might have a subgraph down here and it'd just be like a note section, so it just stays there the whole time. And that'd be kind of cool too. So this needs to be the 1 minute time frame. But just for the sake of not messing stuff up though, I would like for there to be an option to lock that so you can't change, so you can't modify it. Now there is something that you could do. There is something that you could do. You could use a method and call on the method. And if this changes, if you click on it and you change the words, then you can just make it change it back. Now that would take me a little bit of time to go through, but so I'm not going to do that right now. But this is what I wanted to come on to show you today, and so I will be fixing my charts so that they all have this on it. Actually, these are the only ones I really need. Now I just need to get all of my indicators on the right respective charts. So this is a two. So you see I have two time frames on here, the 1 minute and the 1 minute. That probably meant that one of the studies on here required two data streams. Oh yeah, this one here. So I've got the 5/8/24, one that I made 2 days ago, has a 1 minute in the daily, and that should be this one here, right? The 1 minute in the daily. Okay, yeah, this one has it. All right, so I'm gonna take the 1 minute in the daily off of this one, and then I'm just gonna make sure that that one is like the 5 minute time frame only. But we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I mean, everything is slowly but surely. Now, one other thing that I noticed, and I don't know if it's a glitch or what, but you see how when I pulled up the list of studies, it shows ES 5 minute? No. It shows, where was that? We just had it. I know it was on this one. Okay, maybe I was on the one below. But yeah, again, so got two time frames here. So there must be a strategy at some point that needed two time frames, and I don't know what it was. But if I remove this, I'll probably get an error somewhere. Nope. Okay. Yeah. 445. You have strategies or studies which use this data, their status will be turned off. And I don't even know which one that was. Maybe it was one of the fair value gap. I think it was the fair value gap one. Let's turn that one on. Oh, that one says we need the 5 minute time frame. So why? Because when I looked at that study, it was talking about the 5 minute time. It was talking about that's the 5 minute 4/16/24. And that's why I should use more notes on my scripts about either what I'm thinking about or what's necessary for it, because obviously this for the 5 minute time frame, but why are we using data 2 for the 5 minute time frame instead of just using it on the 5 minute time frame? So since this is the 5 minute time frame, because what I can do is I can just make it so that it's only just for the one data stream, the 5 minute time frame, and just leave this as the 5 minute time frame. That'll be fine. But then also, I wouldn't mind having the 1 minute time frame running strategies and running studies, but then also in the background have the 5 minute time frame in the background giving us other indications. However, since I'm going to have everything visually on one screen, both the 5 minute time frame, the 1 minute time frame, and the 2 minute time frame, I don't think that's necessary. But I don't really want to change my study either. But I mean, it's not necessary to keep it. So change Still says it's missing. Oh, missing data 21. So clearly I put 21 somewhere. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now we add it back. Okay. So now with it added back, so now it's set up. So I think that's this indicator here, the 5-minute time frame. All right. Good. Everything is looking good now. All right. And it's looking very clean too. You know, with these with the labels on it, that looks very clean. I like that. Okay, this is the 2-minute time frame. Bring that down. Okay, that looks good. This is the 1-minute time frame. This should be 5. This really needs to be the 15-second time frame. Nobody's playing around with the 5-second time frame. I was looking at something today though, but you know. All right, I don't know why that's so much smaller. I think it's because I edited it. So let's go and add it or adjust it and put a new value in the input, and it should make it back the right size, which is like whatever that font was that we said. Yeah, okay, good deal. 15-second time frame, 2-minute time frame, 1-minute daily, and then the this should be the 5-minute time frame. Okay, all right, so we still got that entry there. Good. All right, man, looks good. All right, so what you do is you come over here and you say, I'm interested in this area because we're getting some signals firing off there. So let's see what's happening. We do a global position here. Let's see what's happening here. Not getting anything on the 15-second time frame, which I haven't really programmed anything for the 15-second time frame in a long time. But then on the 5-minute time frame, you see that we're already kind of past that, right? So the larger time frame entry was right here. This might be a pullback, but it's certainly not a larger time frame entry. And then on the 1-minute daily, we're not getting anything right off on this one to show getting in on the 1-minute time frame. So I'll keep adjusting these, and what I'll be looking for is I'll be looking for confirmation on all time frames of, you know, going long or going short, and then that's pretty much it. So I'll be working on something for the 15-second time frame. I've got some good stuff going on the 5-minute time frame and the 2-minute time frame. I need to work on some more stuff for the 1-minute time frame and for the 15-second time frame. Let's get this out of here. That up there is good, and I'll see if I can't put together that code that I was telling you about for this. You know, to if you change it to reset it, but I'm not making any promises, because it would be something like I don't know what that would be, because it's not, it is an object. Let's see if we have any. So what you do is you go over here and you go to text label, do definition, text label definition over here, and then you see what the methods are, and I don't see anything that has any action methods that are attached. So essentially it'll be something like, I forget what you call it, but essentially it'll be something like if you click on something. So look, this. If you pull up the toolbox and you have like, you have anything in here, say text label. Okay. And then you go over here to properties. You see this? Events, if it's clicked on. So, and it gives you the code down here, right? So my trendline.click plus equals my trendline minus click. So if the not trendline, yeah, trendline. I think they use trendline. So if it's clicked, you can have something happen. If it's moved, you can have something happen. If it's moving, you can have something happen. So probably what you want to do, if it's resized, then you could have something happen. But probably what you'd want to do is you want to do a click, because if you happen to click on the font, you got to click on it in order to change it. So if you click on it and then you change it and then you get off of it, now it is what it is. So what you might want to say is, if you do a click, then we'll call it click. So this is the syntax if it's clicked. Method void click. Object sender, EO system drawing, objects.drawing, object event, args, hardy har. I'm just gonna erase this now. Sorry, I used you. Sorry. All right, and then so I still don't have it. I don't have it. TL dot. Oh yeah. So when you click TL, this lightning bolt here is like an action bolt. So there's an action when something happens. TL dot click. All right. So if we click it, we want to do click, and then you can do plus equals. I believe you do plus equals. Clicked. That. Okay. And so every time when the trend line gets clicked, it's gonna go to the method, which is clicked. The method up here is gonna do what? What do we want to do? We want to do TL, because we're just gonna update the text. So TL dot, I think it's value. TL dot text string is equal to string. Text string is going to be equal to whatever the string is. And hopefully it doesn't reset it, because if it resets it to 1, say if we're on the 5-minute time frame and it reset it to 1 minute, then that's no good either. So let's see. So it just verified it, no issues. All right, so this is 5 minute. Now let's click it. So every time I click it, it should reset to the 5-minute time frame, and it did. All right, so now I'm gonna click it. Yeah, okay. All right. So I clicked it, and then I put something in, and now it's set, right? But when I go and I click it, it resets to what the string was, right? And the string was determined by what we put in input. Okay, very good. So, we went through it. We did it. I mean, we did it. I thought it would be more difficult, but like I said, some of these things I've spent hours and hours on, and so now it's not as difficult, even if I take a few minutes to go through it. But there are still some things that I want to do that is going to be very complicated, and one of them is making bracket orders. So the strategies that I have set up, I want to be able to go ahead and automate them like next week or something to trade them. And in order to do that, I need for bracket orders to be set up so that I don't end up missing out on you have to have that protective stop in place. If you don't have enough money in your account to cover a margin call or whatever, then a couple grand, then trade micros, then they will liquidate your position if you don't have a proper stop in place. So that being said, I need a proper stop in place, which means that when my algorithm takes a position, it also needs to have not only does it need to have that profit target in place, but it needs to have that stop loss in place as well. So that's something I need to work on over the weekend. That's proven to be very difficult for me. I've been working on it, but been working on it about the last 2 days here, and I still hadn't figured anything out. All right, so this is just where I was playing around with the order entries, and I think I was playing around with it on ES, so it should be like 1,000 entries. But using the OSO order sends order, I'd have that initial order in, that primary ticket, and then trying to get the secondary tickets in, they wouldn't go. So I don't know what it is. All right, this is loading up, but yeah, see all these orders in here. And eventually I just stopped it. So I think I had a script on here. Yeah, the script is even turned off at this point. Okay, but that's it, guys. That's it. Hope you got a little something out of this. We've gone on for how long now? A whole hour? Jesus. I'm bad about this. Okay, I enjoy this though. I really do. Okay, all right, I'm out. No, I'm Eric. I'm out. Peace.